Almost every secure system on Earth uses two completely different kinds of encryption at the same time, because each one fixes the exact weakness of the other, and knowing when to use which is the heart of practical cryptography. If you only had symmetric encryption, you would face an impossible task, getting the same secret key to the other person without an eavesdropper grabbing it. If you only had asymmetric encryption, you could share keys safely, but your system would crawl, because the math is thousands of times slower per byte. Real systems need both secrecy at setup and speed at scale. Symmetric encryption uses one shared key for both encrypting and decrypting, with AES as the standard. Asymmetric encryption uses a key pair, a public key anyone can use to encrypt, and a private key only the owner uses to decrypt, with RSA and elliptic curve as the standards. The two are not competitors. They are partners in a hybrid design. Symmetric AES encrypts data in 16-byte blocks using fast XOR, substitution, and permutation steps the CPU runs natively, often via the ASNI hardware instruction at gigabytes per second. Asymmetric RSA instead does modular exponentiation on 2048-bit numbers, which is correct but thousands of times slower per byte and limited to tiny payloads. The symmetric weakness is key distribution, since both parties must somehow already share the secret key. The asymmetric strength is that the encrypting key is public, so anyone can lock a message to you without any prior secret. So real systems use asymmetric crypto exactly once per session to securely exchange or derive a small symmetric key. From that point on, the fast symmetric key encrypts all the actual traffic, getting both safety and speed. Asymmetric keys also enable digital signatures, which symmetric keys cannot, because anyone with the shared key could forge them. Key length comparison is not apples to apples. A 256-bit AES key offers strength comparable to a 3072-bit RSA key or a 256-bit elliptic curve key, because the underlying math differs. This is exactly what happens when you load HTTPS. The TLS handshake uses asymmetric crypto, an ephemeral elliptic curve exchange, to agree on a shared secret while proving the server's identity with a certificate. Then it switches to symmetric ASGCM to encrypt every page, image, and form on the site. Visit a video on YouTube and gigabytes flow under ES, while RSA or elliptic curve ran only for a few milliseconds at the start. The most common mistake is thinking asymmetric encryption is simply stronger or better than symmetric. It is neither. It is slower and solves a different problem, namely key distribution and signatures. Another error is assuming you should encrypt large files with a public key directly. You should not, because it is far too slow and size limited. You encrypt a random symmetric key with the public key, then encrypt the file with that symmetric key. Use asymmetric encryption to safely share a key and prove identity. Then use symmetric encryption to actually move the data fast, which is why nearly every secure system is hybrid. I explain one core security concept every day, so subscribe to Tech with Joel. Why does a 256-bit AES key need a much larger 3072-bit RSA key to match its strength? Drop your explanation below. Subscribe to Tech with Joel.